welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. I'm here with Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Shane.
How you doing?
Fine. Seems like forever ago since we've done a show together.
Right? Yeah.
And here we are, slumming it with our glasses and our hats.
On a cold Wednesday morning. Whoa, look at us go. We're just in sync, huh?
I know. It's raining here in Maricopa. Makes this town smell even worse. But I'm happy to lay some sweet, sweet bets down today, even though no NBA till tomorrow. No NFL because that league is dead to me right now. And so we're talking a little college basketball today.
Yeah, and speaking of no NBA, I feel a little bit lost. I'm not going to lie. You had your NFL. I have my player props. After being really hot, I came back down to earth last night with a nice 0-for-3 performance. The Panthers lost outright. K-State lost by 19, I believe. And these were all awful games. And then Michigan State got absolutely killed. But Iowa shot its best performance of the year. At one point, they were shooting 68% from the three-point line in the late first half. It was just ridiculous. So we're not going to talk about that. But the reason why you have people on your show is to lift you up when you're down. And Mr. Sean DePaz went 3-for-3 last night. So props to him. He had the Blues winning outright in regulation. They did that. Tennessee easy cover, Texas Tech easy cover. So Sean DePaz, hats off to you. I think that's his first sweep of the year.
Oh, congratulations, Sean. Welcome to the big boy table. Welcome to the pros, where we bet over 65% convert, I should say. You know what, Shane? Welcome to the slums. Actually, I've been slumming it, but I'm pretty confident about my bets. I'm confident about my bets today.
Yeah, I felt a little bit like this, and I don't know why you're the one that has to deliver me this slap, but this is what was happening to me.
Slap.
So let's get into this a little bit because we haven't talked about it. Juwan Howard suspended for the rest of the regular season for the slap he delivered in that game, and which is weird because he's not suspended for the tournament.
Love it. People who said he should have been fired, get the hell out of here. Why? So Michigan's season could tank. This is a money business. All of those players are being paid under the table and over the table now. They've all committed to Juwan Howard. No one cares about this incident. First of all, it's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious when it happened because what's the Wisconsin's coach name?
Don't do that to me.
That little troll man. First of all, he put hands on Juwan first. Juwan, who was a member of the Fab Five in seedy Detroit, right? You think you're gonna, even though he's a made man now, he's Mr. Michigan, you're gonna put hands on Juwan Howard, you idiot. So he came back and just gave him a little baby slap. He did not have his fist closed, and if anything, it looked like maybe he was trying to reach his out right hand and just put it on his shoulder, and it just contacted him in the face.
Juwan haters of which there are many little babies and likely Michigan State fans. So Greg Gard is the Wisconsin's coach name.
Gregory. We'll call him Gregory.
Yeah. So Gregory also, not only did he put his hands on him first, he also hit him with one of these.
Yeah, the suck it.
You're a
not
grown
Triple
man.
H. You're not Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You're not X-Pac. You cannot be doing the suck it. That I was so appalled at the reaction on Twitter. First of all, Twitter is not a real place, as you can see, where 90% of people said he's going to get fired. It was a slap on the wrist, as it should have been. He'll be back before the tournament. These games mean absolutely nothing to end the year. It means nothing. He'll be fine. He'll be cashing his checks long after the season's over from the old yellow and blue.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Wisconsin, I do like Wisconsin tonight. Wisconsin -5. I don't know if you've watched a lot of this team, Johnny, but
I haven't.
So Johnny Davis, their leading scorer at 20 points and 8 rebounds a game, is a madman. He plays 35 minutes and he's the team essentially. They have some shooters around him, but mainly if he is not scoring, then the team is not winning. They're at Minnesota tonight. I like these type of teams on the road because their favorite gets deflated a little bit. So I'm taking them -5 at Minnesota. And then I got the Providence Friars money line, baby. Give me that all day.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it is yummy. They're playing a pretty bad Xavier team. I just think they match up a lot better. The spread's like -1, but they're at home, so I'm taking the home boys in this one. And then I got Creighton +5. Creighton is the team that got upset by a incredible Arizona State basketball team early in the year, and I did not think that ASU deserved to win that game, but they somehow found a way to win. They're at St. John's tonight.
Did I lose Shane? Or am I lost now? Hello? Did I lose you?
I don't know.
We're fine.
Okay.
I can hear you. We're back. I think I lost you.
All right. Well, yeah, those are my 3 picks for tonight. And before we move on, if you want to bet on any of our picks or anything else, head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. And basketball or NBA bet starts back up tomorrow. So go ahead and download that today. Use that promo code PHNX. Bet just $1 on any NBA team to win their game. And if they do, get $150 in free bets this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. If you're not a new member, you can always use same game parlays and all of their odds boosts to get back in the action and get that money, get that bankroll up, baby. And if you don't like our picks, then they have promotions and everything that you can imagine on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So download it today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. But just $1 on any NBA team, and if they win, get $150 in free bets. It's just that easy. That's promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit required. Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
These are my favorite college basketball bets of the year. I'm going to go 3 for 3.
Really? Okay, I love it.
I will go undefeated tonight. First, Duke Blue Devils -5 at Virginia. Virginia stole that game earlier this season on that walk-off three-pointer, that fluke. If you don't think in his last year, Coach Mike Krzyzewski is going to bend over Virginia tonight and steal the hearts of their student section, you are out of your GD mind. They are going to win by double digits, -5. Grab it right now. And then TCU +8.5 at Texas. Texas is not good. They just lost to Texas Tech. I have no idea why Texas at 19-8 is still ranked. They haven't beaten a team by double digits since Iowa State. That was like a month and a half ago. I think Texas will win probably, but by double digits, no chance. I'd say take TCU +8.5. You know who Rutgers plays tonight +4.5? Michigan. Michigan doesn't have their coach. He's busy slapping fools. I think this is the big emotional letdown game immediately following the slap. We're just going to call it the slap. +4.5 at Michigan tonight. I think Rutgers gets the win outright, because mass hysteria will follow and say, Michigan, they blew it. Juwan blew it. He slapped Wisconsin's coach, Gregory. And as a result, Michigan will be fine. But I think just because of everything, the exterior noise that surrounded that program for upwards of the last 72 hours, we will see Rutgers tonight sneak in, sneak, and pull off the W against Michigan.
Love it. Well, Johnny, looking ahead to the rest of the college basketball season, we're nearing the end. We're about to get to the conference tournaments at the start of March. Me and the PHNX and Devils crew will be in Vegas for the Pac-12 tournament. Super fired up for that. But looking ahead, what team do you find value in to win the whole thing, Johnny?
Oh, God, you're putting me on the spot. Well, I think Duke is legitimate.
Yeah.
Just because, again, you think about, I think they're like 13-3 in conference play. I also really like Notre Dame, by the way. It's cliche to say them. I think Purdue out of the Big Ten. Can the Fighting Illini come back from that embarrassment loss last year? The Big Ten's got like 3 or 4 really good teams, as you mentioned, Iowa last night. And then there's a couple of sneaky teams, like the Horizon League has I think their team is called Cleveland State. They're 15-4 in conference. But
no, if you're talking about the Horizon League, you go with the Purdue Fort Wayne University with JoJo Peterson and the likes.
JoJo, the singer, get out, I'm gone. And then, of course, U of A, not ASU, but U of A at 14-1 in conference. And I think they're like 24-2 overall, maybe. But if I pick them, I'm a homer guy, even though I have no ties or allegiance to either school. So I would probably say Purdue, Duke, and U of A right now are the three that I like the most.
Yeah, you get Purdue at plus 1,000, U of A at plus 800, Duke at plus 1,400. Gonzaga's
Is
the
U of
favorite.
A the favorite right now on DraftKings to win everything?
Gonzaga is at plus 400. My value that I find is not only in the NBA or NCAA championship, but you can also bet on the conference winners. And me and the PHNX Sun Devils crew were talking about this off air.
Were you?
Yeah, we were. You can only get 4 teams to win the Pac-12 right now. They're not giving you odds for ASU, which if they did, I would hammer them right now. But what you can get is USC and UCLA both plus 5,000. I'm going to wait until the bracket comes out and see if both of those teams, you can also get Oregon for plus 50,000. See if both of those teams are on the other side of the bracket than U of A, and throw like $50, $20 on them to win the Pac-12 tournament. And then once they inevitably make the finals, then just hedge like a motherfucker on U of A's money line in that championship game, because there's no way U of A doesn't get to the conference tournament final. So you win a bunch of money either way. I like that if they're on the opposite side. If not, then maybe lay off. But in terms of the entire championship, I'm a big fan of LSU. I just like teams that play really good defense, because shooting comes and goes, but team defense doesn't. And LSU is a weird team because they were one of the top scoring offenses in the nation last year with Nets guy Cam Thomas and a bunch of other studs that just ran the court well. And now they are lower on the offensive output, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the nation. I got them earlier in the year at plus 5,000. Then they went on a losing streak right after that, and now they're plus 9,000. So there's some value right there. I'm not going to lie. Plus 9,000 is some good odds. Some other sleeper teams, I like Houston, another good defensive team at plus 3,500. Illinois at plus 2,800. And then as we mentioned, you got your Gonzaga's, U of A, Purdue, Kentucky's plus 800. I don't like that. Maybe Auburn at plus 1,000. But if you want to see those odds, head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. They have all of those posted.
Do you think ASU, because you're so hot on them, you can't quit them, in part because you host an ASU show, do you think their top end is higher than most in the Pac-12, but they just 100%. Play down to their competition? Is that what's
so? That's not so. As I've said many times on the PHNX Sun Devils show, I think the biggest thing with ASU is obviously they only had 2 players come back from last year, and Kamani, or 3, I guess if you count Bagley. Bagley hasn't played. Kamani Lawrence, Bagley, and Jalen Graham.
Okay,
and then they got a flurry of transfers, most of which have had success in their previous programs. You look at Marion Jackson, MAC Player of the Year last year, DJ Horn averaging 14 points a game at NIU, Jay Heath at Boston College averaging a bunch of points. And I think it's just too many cooks. And they've had trouble adjusting. They had a bad start to the season. But you see in flashes this team really perform well. And even with the UCLA big loss by 15, 18, whatever it was, 14, because they pushed. They're still playing the best basketball of the year, and it doesn't matter what the team does at the start of the year. It matters how they're performing at the end. And I have been saying that since November, and it's ringing true in February. I think this team is playing really, really well. I don't think they necessarily play down to their opponents anymore. As we saw with Oregon State, they beat them by 20 plus, like we said they would. So yeah, I think they have a genuine shot at least reaching the Pac-12 championship, as long as they're not on the same side as U of A.
What is your instant, immediate reaction to Kyrie Irving being allowed to play home games now for the Brooklyn Nets? As I sent you before the show, does that change your perception on the Brooklyn Nets?
On the Nets? No. That doesn't change anything.
It means nothing.
So
New York City is ending the vaccine mandate in the coming weeks, which means the fraudulent Nets can play Kyrie Irving at home now.
In the coming weeks, meaning he's not allowed to play yet?
No, not yet. So even though they covered for me the other day when I picked them at the Knicks
with nobody when they were down by 28 points.
Right. Oh my God, it was so great. So I will second half NBA preview here on PHNX Bets Daily. I will be betting the Brooklyn Nets every night and taking every Kyrie Irving over, because I think he's the biggest fraud and I love it so much. That's what I love about the NBA. These college kids are too pure. I need vaccine mandates and people skipping out on home games.
So
that's what I need.
Last topic really fast. Me and Saul talked about this yesterday. James Harden often regarded as the best player to come out of U of A and ASU.
Yeah.
In the NBA. Now it's kind of like because of the last couple of years. What do you think he needs to do on Philly to kind of restore that legacy?
I think getting to the finals is enough, even if they lose. Because if you remember that I want to say Sonics team, but they were in Oklahoma City at this point. When they got to the finals against the Miami Heat, they went up 1-0. Durant was great. Westbrook was fine. Harden was awful.
Yeah.
Awful in that finals. I know it was a long time ago. I think he just needs to win the East. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame. He'll probably never win a championship, given the fact that I think his best shot was to make it work in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant. And I'm not a big Embiid guy like other people are. If he were to somehow get past, I think it would be great for the Suns, by the way, too, to knock off a Milwaukee. I'm rooting for them to have success because I think they're fraudulent in the finals. But in terms of his legacy, I think just getting to the championship round is enough. You can't, because Philadelphia is getting to the Eastern Conference Finals without him. So
I think that would be a really, really, really fun finals to watch.
The
thing that I don't think his legacy is that tarnished because of all the stuff.
He is what he is.
Because you think of the run with the Thunder, 6th man of the year, averaged 16 or 17 points a game off the bench. And then he went to the Rockets, had obviously incredible MVP caliber years consistently, and then everything fell apart. Then he was traded to the Nets, where it was just a dumpster fire, and it was everybody's fault at the same time.
Not everybody's going to win an NBA championship. We don't hand them ask Chris Paul if they don't win it the next year or so. It's a fraudulent game right now with super teams. Hopefully, we're getting away from that. But I mean, like James Harden, he's only 32. He's probably got 3 to 4 more quality shooting seasons left, and his game should age well. And he may go and cherry pick a championship in Golden State or something like that. But I mean, goodness, he's making $40+ million. He'll be fine.
Yeah, this is the first team I think where in a while that you can really see James Harden taking the reins with another guy rather than it being 3 guys or just him. So him and Embiid can really make some noise. I'm really excited to see. And I'm really excited for tomorrow's show because we're going to be talking about that. Maybe get some sneaky player props back in action.
We're
Johnny,
back.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, I got a new article, PHNX.com, about the Cardinals needing to go, quote unquote, on the offensive because their recent offensive draft picks to support Kyler Murray have been offensive. So if you're into puns like that, check out my article, PHNX.com. We also have PHNX Cardinals live today with the GM, myself, Saul Bookman, and I, 3 p.m., as we continue to tease our impending visit to the NFL Combine next week in Indy. What do you want to talk about? Come hang out, 3 p.m. Saul and I are ready to kick it.
Let's do it, guys. Appreciate you joining us. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We'll be back tomorrow at noon to talk some NBA. Peace.